Hello, my name is Greg Dixon from Total Traffic and Conversion, and today I'm going to talk to you about making sales with a webinar. You probably have had people say if you want to make a lot of sales, learn to do a speak to sell kind of presentation, do live webinars, maybe pre-recorded webinars, and you can make a lot of sales. And this is really true. Anyway, I'm just going to take you through an experience I had on Sunday. I was binge watching Abraham Hicks and came up with an ad for Stephen Ridley's uh, piano course, and I'll just take you through. I'll give you a bit of a context why I clicked on the piano lessons webinar. Is I've been a professional drummer. I've faked playing bass, and sometimes I got paid. So I guess I'm professional fake bass player. I play guitar pretty competently for a handful of songs, and I've taken years and years and years of piano lessons. And I have to say that I can't uh, claim to play a single song on the piano fluently. I can noodle musically, but I can't play a song fluently. That's that whole joke is how do you shut up a guitar player, put sheet music in front of them? So that seems to apply with me in piano. So anyway, I'm just going to take you through why I'm going to show you this is because I'm going to show you through the process of how I got into this webinar and how that in 90 minutes they sold, I estimate probably over $200,000 in this course at the time. And I think they do this every day. And there's on the landing page is an indication of how many people they've sold in the last 7 days. They're probably doing over $4 million in sales a week doing this. And I'll just take you through how I got into the webinar. So here we go. Without more ado, I'm going to go to I'll start with the Abraham Hicks thing. So here I was watching an episode, something like this.
The funnest thing is to find a thought and acknowledge the value of it and then focus on it deliberately until you watch the momentum of it increase and then watch the outcome of that deliberately applied focus. Because if you're in alignment with something and it becomes.
So yeah, so then so I was probably between watching one of these episodes, or it may have been one of the ads right that pop up in the middle, and then it came up with a link and the link took me into this page here. It says how to play piano in 21 days and reach pro level fast with the Ridley method, right? 10 minutes a day for any age limit, brand new method. And I don't know if you can see in here, there's a little pop-up on the left-hand side. Sandy from Monticello, USA, just registered. So what's that? About every 3 seconds is popping up. Well, that's the same one, but this every 3 seconds is popping up that somebody new has bought it from somewhere in the world, and one of the ones was over 3,000 people have purchased this thing over the last 7 days, and they're selling it for about $1,400. So that's pretty. Oh, there we go. 3,419 people um, in the last 7 days. Pretty good. So over $4 million in sales. So, if you could do this for your own business, you'd probably do this all day long too. So anyway, so let's see. So then I popped up into the masterclass and Sunday, May 22nd. Okay, so he's only doing it on Sundays. All right. So I'd signed up. It was last Sunday that I signed up for this thing, and I watched it. So I guess I'll just explain what the experience was for me. Maybe I'll just get out of here, go back to StreamYard, and yeah. So what happened with this is Stephen Ridley is very charismatic. He was in England. He made jokes about, like he had to drink tea regularly or they would revoke his British citizenship. And then, but he took everybody through. He didn't really explain, at least over the 90 minutes, 60 minutes, he did explain a bit about himself, but some of the frustration. Anyway, one of the things, he took everybody through 10 steps, basically saying that if you were starting from scratch, you'd never seen a piano through. It says, here's where you would start. Started with one finger each, and then he went to using two fingers to make chords, and then each step. And one of the issues he addressed, that resonated with me, is he had asked if you had trouble with your hands, and I do have trouble with my hands. Like um, I can play. Um, I can play the guitar pretty well. I can play other instruments pretty well, the drums pretty well. But piano was always a problem. And he basically said, "Is your hands?" I'll make myself full screen here. Is your hands are designed to pick up things like this, but when you're playing piano, you're turning it upside down. So already it's an unnatural position for your hands, and that was always been an issue for me. And the other thing is getting your fingers to move. So he went through about 10 different steps, and in order to get a deal with all those things. And I have to say, if you just simply went through all those steps, I took notes and went and applied those things, you could make progress, right? But he got you to believe that you can go from playing one finger at a time, and the whole thing is, do you have 10 minutes a day? Can you spend 10 minutes a day? And he said, you're going to get you'll get this sort of mastered by maybe 3 days of 10 minutes a day. And then there are other things that might take a week at 10 minutes a day, and then other things that might take um, uh, a month or 3 months. But anyway, the whole idea was that could take you from, and he had a whole pile of examples of people who wanted, like me, had taken years and years of lessons, not really got anywhere, or always wanted to and started from scratch. And within weeks, they were playing pretty accurately, because he went through, one of the things is, most traditional lessons, they give you music for a whole pile of songs. And he said, when it comes down to it, like, there's something like 40,000 songs that all use the same four chord progression, right? And so really, if you know that, you only need those four songs can apply to the 40,000 songs, the four chords. And so a lot of sort of shortcuts. And then he went, as he did, he offered variations to go from two fingers to more fingers, and to adding dynamics and adding improvisation, and he had a bunch of finger exercises to get your flexibility going, which is good. And so for me, I really bought into the whole thing, that his course could actually be very helpful, and I could get up to speed, playing pretty quickly, and it would be fun. I don't know if you've ever taken piano lessons, so my piano teacher had a Russian lady, and says, this is almost like you whack your fingers with a cane kind of thing. So not fun. But and beyond that, then of course they offered the program, which he normally sold for $2,987, but was on for $1,380 or something like that. But he all had a ton of bonuses, and the bonuses included things like songwriting that might appeal to people, some music theory stuff, some music business stuff, and also a singing course, sort of how to learn how to sing, all sorts of stuff. And it was like an irresistible offer. If you had ever wrestled with trying to learn piano and made no progress, I had a really good deal on my lessons, but I probably paid more than that for thousands and thousands of dollars on piano lessons that never got me anywhere. And I really could see from my experience of playing bass and being able to take with a couple of key ideas and running with it. And that's the way I play drums too. I have a couple of fundamentals, and the rest of it is applying those fundamentals to whatever songs are. There are a few things you have to actually really learn and practice, but most of it, as long as you know how it works, you can go with the flow. So it was very hard for me not to hold my credit card to the screen and buy it. And if you go through the process, if you've been remotely interested in taking piano, I think it'll be hard for you too. So consider yourself warned. If you sign up for this thing, you're probably going to end up buying it. And the thing is, you may not even have a piano. And he even addressed that. He says, if you don't have a piano, don't even have to worry about it. The first 2 weeks are things you can do without a piano. And then when you need a piano, I'll share hacks to get a free piano. Get keyboards and pianos. And I know that to be true. As Bonnie used to be the administrator at the Unity of Vancouver, and they forgot to lock the door one day, and next thing you know, somebody had pushed a piano in there. So there are lots of people trying to get rid of pianos. And so it's not that hard to find a free piano, and it could be you even could get a high quality piano. So somebody's got a Steinway or something, and they moved to a condo and they need help someplace to store it. He says, well, I can look after it for you. Anyway, so it's all good fun, but from a total traffic and conversion point of view, the lesson here is if you've got something that people want, and you can express it in 60-minute presentation, 90-minute presentation, you can generate a lot of sales. You may have known people like Dan Kennedy, Dave D have made hundreds of thousands of dollars doing speak to sale presentations and live events, right? Where you get up and you do your presentation and it says, if you want this thing, go to the back of the room and, sign up. And so it can be something really worthwhile if you've got a product or service that you can sell it at. And even if you don't have something right now, it's probably worthwhile learning how to do a webinar that sells, learning the process and practicing. And I can help you. I've got the tools to do that, to put on the webinars, to do all the landing pages, the sale pages. We can help you with all that and the marketing. And the other lesson here is YouTube advertising works. It worked for me, right? So if you're not doing any YouTube advertising, you might want to consider that. And again, Roy DeCan on our team at Total Traffic and Conversion is an expert at all things YouTube and Google, and we can help engineer some YouTube ad campaigns that work. So anyway, that's all I'm going to say for now. Let me know if you end up buying the program. And if you want, you want to learn more about creating webinars that sell for you, just reach out to me. You can visit totaltrafficconversion.com. Anywhere you're seeing this, just put in the chat, say, yeah, let's chat, and we'll figure something out. So with that, talk to you later.